Good day, everyone, and welcome. Whether you are joining us this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, we are delighted to have you with us for today's overview session on the NatBat Match to Mentor program. My name is Patty Anderson, and I support member engagement activities for NatBat. I thank you for taking the time to join us, no matter where you are connecting from. At its core, Match to Mentor is about strengthening connections across the battery industry and creating opportunities for our members to learn from one another. Whether you are considering participating as a mentor, a mentee, or perhaps even both, we hope today's session gives you a clear picture of the value this program can provide. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce Joe LaGrasso. He is chair of the Match to Mentor program. Joe has been instrumental in helping shape and guide this initiative and has been a strong advocate for mentoring and professional development within the NatBat community. We are so grateful for his leadership and support. Joe, before we continue, would you like to say a few words about the program?
Yes, I would, Patty, and thank you very much. Again, we're really happy to be able to roll this out to NatBat member participants. We kicked this off last fall as a pilot. We had 10 successful relationships complete as part of that pilot with some really great feedback. And we're now really happy to be able to roll this out to the rest of the membership. So I would ask that if you have other colleagues that are part of member companies who would like to participate, either as mentors or mentees, to please make them aware of this. And again, we value your feedback as we try to make this more broadly available as part of your professional development and relationships, and really look forward to getting this kicked off this year.
Great. Thanks for those comments, Joe. As he mentioned, we did launch Match to Mentor as a pilot program last year. And based on the program's success, we are very excited to bring the program back and expand participation for the next cohort. If you have not yet completed a nomination form, I encourage you to do so by July 20th. You can find the link on the NatBat website, natbat.org, under the Resources tab, and then Match to Mentor Mentorship in the pull-down menu. This is a critical first step to begin your mentorship journey. The next important step, though, is participating in this session. Today's session is being recorded and will be posted on the Match to Mentor webpage. So if you would like to revisit any of the information or share it with a colleague, you will be able to do so. If you have any questions during today's presentation, please hold them to the end, and then you can put them in the Q&A feature rather than the chat. We will gather them and then address them during that session at the end. To support the program, NatBat has partnered with Mentor City, a leading mentoring software platform that helps organizations create meaningful mentoring relationships and build thriving learning communities. Their platform makes it easy to connect mentors and mentees. It facilitates productive interactions and provides tools that help participants get the most of their mentoring experience. We are fortunate to have with us today Brian Anderson, our account manager from Mentor City. Brian has been with Mentor City for more than 6 years, and he's based out of the Toronto, Canada area. He has helped organizations across North America launch and grow successful mentoring programs. And so today he'll be walking us through the Mentor City platform and answering your questions. Brian, thanks so much for joining us today and for your partnership with NatBat. With that, I'm going to turn things over to you.
Thank you, Patty, and thanks for having me, everybody. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to walk you through Mentor City and some of the applications within it you're going to be using with your mentor or your mentee. So when you first get onto Mentor City, the first thing that you're going to see is your profile. The system is going to kind of force you to fill out your profile. Please do so. The more information you have in your profile, the better the match quality is going to be. So the first part of it is all just kind of basic information, your first name, last name, telephone number, if you wish to provide that. I will get to why that is important in just a few minutes. And then country, state, city, all that stuff. Time zone is another one that's very important. Please make sure the time zone is set properly for the area that you're in. Again, I will get to why this is important very soon. Then it's going to ask you to choose your mentoring role. So you could either be a mentor and a mentee, or just a mentor, just a mentee, right? Summary, it's going to ask you for a summary. Don't put too much information in here, but I would say about like a paragraph worth of information, maybe 5 or 6 sentences, just kind of a short introduction on yourself. You don't want to give people a whole bunch of things to read in your profile. And then it's asking here for the development skills. Now that is because I am a mentee, so it's asking me what skills I want to develop. If I switch this over to mentor, you'll see that this changes to specialized skills, or the skills that I want to develop, right? So if the skills that I can help someone develop. So if I'm a mentee, I can then choose any one of these skills. So I will say like adaptability, business development, right? And now the system is going to kind of recommend matches to your administrators based on these two skills, right? So go down and just fill out as much detail in this as possible. There are some mandatory profile fields and some non-mandatory profile fields. All of these profile fields do count into your profile completeness, right? So you can see that I have a 16% here. So all of these fields add up to that to 16%. Now, the next page of your profile is your competencies. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with your specialized skills development areas. These are soft skills that anybody can use, and what you're doing is you're rating yourself based on these skills. So, effective communication is the first one. Let's say I choose fair, right? If I choose fair, then the system's going to want to match me with somebody who has a better score, if possible, right? So the system's going to want to match me with somebody who says outstanding or excellent. Now, these results are not shown to anybody, right? Your mentors or your mentees are not going to be able to see what you've put on here. Your administrators even have a hard time seeing what is put here. You're not going to be judged on this. You're not going to be graded on this at all. No one is going to see this. So please be honest with yourself. If you lie on this and you kind of fake the results, it's not going to work in your favor, and you'll get a lesser quality match because of it. Okay, so please be honest with yourself. No one can see this, and it's completely confidential. And when that's done, when I have all that filled out, I can click on save and wait for the administrator to match you to a mentor/mentee. Now you're just waiting. You will receive an email once the administrators have matched you to somebody, and that will show you the name of that mentor and some instructions on where to go. I'll show you where to go from there though. But while you're waiting for that for that email to come through, letting you know that you've been matched, there are a couple of things that you can do in the meantime. The first one you can do is go into the resource section, right? And we have these resources for mentors, for mentees, and training videos. Take a look at all of these, okay? And these will kind of give you some guidance onto, maybe tips and suggestions on how to be the most effective mentor or mentee. These training videos here, these are all like inspirational tales of people who were a mentor and how they've changed a mentee's life, or people that were a mentee and moved over to being a mentor, and some really good suggestions and helpful feedback on how to be the best possible version of a mentor or a mentee. So you can take a look at all of these before you even get into a match. Now, when you get that email saying that you do have a match now, you can click on connections, and you can actually see who your mentor or your mentee is. You can see here that I have one mentor, and that's Patty, right? So I can click on Patty's name, and now here are all the ways that I can start interacting with her. So the first thing I can do is click on this button here, and I can start typing into her. So I can say, hi, Patty, and she can see that message right away and she can respond to it right away. If she's already logged into Mentor City, while I send this to her, she'll also receive a notable, like an audible ding sound, letting her know that she has a message waiting for her, right? So this works as like an instant messenger program. You can talk back and forth in real time through text. The next thing you could do is schedule a meeting. So you can schedule a meeting with your mentor or your mentee, right? Now, this is where the time zones take into effect, right? So the system is the duration is 30 minutes. I could change that to any of these times here, and this is strictly informational. The system's not going to boot you out at a certain time. It is just going to kind of it's just going to let the recipient of that invitation know how long you think this meeting's going to last. So I'll leave that at 30 minutes. I can confirm the name of my mentor here. And yes, I want to send it to Patty. Then the location is going to be Mentor City's video platform. I could delete this and I could put in like a Zoom link or a Teams link or something else. And then frequency, you could set up some reoccurring meetings, right? So I can set a meeting for every day or every week or every 2 weeks, etc. And then we also have this little message here that says the time slots are based on your availability, right? So you can click on this button here, adjust availability, and you can actually tell the system when you're available to meet and when you're not available to meet, right? So I could make sure the time zone set properly up here, and you can see here that Sundays and Saturdays I'm completely unavailable. But on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have a pretty open schedule. I could also sync a calendar into this as well, either my Outlook or my Google Calendar. And what the system is going to do is it's going to pull in the free busy slots. So if I have a meeting booked on a Monday, during a time that my availability says that I should be available, my mentor will not be able to book a meeting with me for that time because I have something booked in my calendar, right? So we're going to go back to new, and I'm going to pick the time and date that I want to meet. You'll notice here, Saturdays and Sundays, I am completely unavailable. So I can't even book myself for those days. So let's say on the 26th, I want to meet Patty at 12. Now, because my time zone is set for Eastern time, all of the times that I'm looking at in the system are always going to be in my time zone, right? So Patty's going to see something different if she goes into her side and she's in a different time zone, right? So I would avoid using language with when you're talking to your mentors or mentees, such as like, let's meet Thursday at 2, because to their 2 o'clock could be different than your 2 o'clock. And now if they're expecting an invite that says for 2 o'clock and they actually get an invite for 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock, it's going to start causing confusion, right? So use language such as I'll see what your availability is Thursday afternoon. Okay. It will be a lot cleaner of a way of communicating and avoid all that confusion. And then I can click on send request. Now the system is going to send Patty an email letting her know that I've invited her to a meeting. She can accept or decline that meeting invite. I can see that meeting invite if I click on view under schedule meeting. I can view that location. I can cancel that meeting. I can reschedule that meeting. I can also add that meeting to my calendar or a different calendar if I wish as well. And then when it comes time for the meeting, again, if I click on view, I can see the location of that meeting. Now, this location is Mentor City, so I could just click on this button here. And that should take me right into the meeting room. Make sure your browser has permission to use the camera and microphone. And there you go. There's what the meeting room looks like. A couple of different things you could do in here. So I can change my background, right? So I can blur my background. I also have some virtual backgrounds that I can choose from. Right? I can share my screen, right? I can also view the chat. So this is the same chat that I showed you before. I could type in here, "Hi from the meeting," and you'll see that actually carries over to the main chat page as well. So anything that is shared or anything that is talked about in a meeting, you're always going to have a record of it. That's never going to go away. We also have a whiteboard here as well, right? So I can open up the whiteboard, and I can work with my mentor using the whiteboard. And when we're done using the whiteboard, we just click on stop, and it will ask if we want to export the whiteboard onto our local system. I could also record our conversation, right? So I can click on this button here, and it will start recording the call. I can also do some captions, right? So I could do captions, and you'll see at the bottom of the screen it will start transcribing what I am saying. I can also do some translations with this as well, right? So if I just set it to French, so now on the other side, someone else who's in the meeting with me, they'll see the captions in French, and they'll be able to understand it. And then when I'm done with that, when I've done the meeting, I can just click on this button here, leave session, and it will take us right to the message hub. Right, so this page here, you can see my message from the meeting, and now I could start inputting notes from the meeting that I want to share, or some minutes, or some other action items that we came up with through from the meeting. Some other ways I can start interacting with my mentor is the mentoring agreement. So the mentoring agreement, I suggest you fill this out during your first call with your mentor, and mentees, I suggest you're the ones who open this up and take control of it. This is what's going to set the stage for the relationship. This is kind of a conversation between you and your match about the logistics of this relationship, how it's all going to work, and who's really going to be in charge of the relationship, who's going to take the responsibility for it, right? And so as the mentee, I can open this up, and I can type in whatever I want for any of these responses while talking to my mentor about it. And then when I click on submit, my mentor will be able to open up that agreement, see what I wrote in, and even put in her responses as well. We also have a note section. So this note section is not going to be shared between you and your mentor or mentee. This is notes that you can take for yourself. So these are meant to be like, if you think of something in between meetings that you want to bring up with your mentor, type in the note here, and everything is now saved within Mentor City. You don't have to worry about any third-party apps or anything like that, and trying to find where you put that note from a week ago. We also have a goals section. So as the mentee, I can assign goals for myself. My mentor can also assign goals for me as well, right? So the first goal I can put in is something like give a presentation, right? And I need to have that done by the end of next month. And then a sub goal, I can say set up slide deck. And I need to have that done, let's say, kind of towards the beginning of the month. Save. So now Patty can see that I've entered goals in for myself, and she can help me achieve those goals. Once we've achieved those goals, I could just click on this button here, and it will check those goals off, indicating that it has been completed. We also have a quick shortcut to the resource page as well. Now, keep an eye on the resource page. There might be more things that go up there. We do have a community section as well. So this community section is meant to be kind of like the first page when you log into LinkedIn. It has a list of all your connections and what they've shared, what they've posted, what they've reposted, all that stuff, what they've commented on, right on that page. The community section is very similar to that, where anybody within your organization or in your community, in your mentoring program, can put whatever they want on here if they have a question, or if they are if they've won an award that they're proud of, or reached a milestone in their career. They can post up in here, and the entire community can kind of see it, like it, comment on it, congratulate them, all that stuff. We also have an event section, so keep an eye out for this as well. If there is an event posted, you will be notified about it. You can register for an event right through Mentor City. We also have the app, right? So everything that I'm showing you today, you could do through your phone. You just have to go to the right app store, or to the right app store. Search up Mentor City. It will be the first link there. Download that, log in using your regular credentials, and everything you do on your desktop, you can do on your phone. Even book those calls, take those calls, message your mentor. You can even fill out the mentoring agreement right through your phone. And back up to the dashboard for just a minute. This little button down here, this little question mark box. I could type something in here, click on send feedback. A copy of that goes to your administrators, and a copy of that also goes to Mentor City. If you're running into any problems, any questions you have about the platform, can't figure something out, type it in here, and we'll get back to you via email. Your administrators will, usually pretty quickly. And that's it. That's kind of the main stuff you're going to be using within Mentor City. Does anybody have any questions?
Thanks so much, Brian, for going through all of that. I just to get things going, I do have maybe a question or two. To address, and it was based on the previous experience that we had with the pilot program. So the calendaring of the various mentor-mentee get-togethers, does the platform integrate with Outlook, Google Calendar, or any other calendar tools? Can you refresh my memory on that?
Yeah, so you can sync a calendar, and it will bring in the free busy times, so that your connection, whoever, if that's a mentor or mentee, can't book a meeting with you while you're in a meeting that's scheduled in your calendar, right? But very recently, within the last couple of weeks, we've actually added something new to the platform, where if you get booked, if you get a meeting invite through Mentor City, it will now automatically populate it on your either Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar, whatever calendar you use. It will automatically be there, and you accept or decline the meeting invite right from your calendar as well. That's all automated. You don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to have your calendar synced in order for that to work properly.
Great. Thank you.
No problem.
Joe wanted me to just remind everybody too that it's Matching is only possible once you actually complete this profile 100%. So, really critical that as soon as I send you the link to your profile, which will be coming up in the next day or two, you'll be receiving an email from me for this, that you can jump in there and start completing your profile so that when we get to the date of launching everything and pairing people up, you'll be ready to go. Um, One of the things I just wanted to get your input on, Brian, is what are your thoughts about whether or not, as a mentor or mentee, can we communicate outside of the platform? Or what is your recommendation on that?
I mean, I technically, I guess you could, but I do not recommend it. Only because you then start to kind of lose your place,
Mm,
and kind of where you are in the relationship if kind of everything's all over the
mm,
place. Um, Communicating and doing your calls within
mm,
Mentor City, it's going to keep everything together. It's going to keep everything within the platform. And your administrators are then
mm,
able to see that activity and kind of improve on things as they go along. We also look as Mentor City, we also look
mm,
at statistics and see how, where we could improve our platform as well. So the more you use Mentor City, the
mm.
better the platform's going to get, realistically. And it's also just good for you to keep everything within one place instead of all over the place and all these other third party apps like, outside email and, your own Zoom account and stuff like that. Um, why not keep everything within Mentor City? We give you a kind of an all in one platform already.
Great. Yes, definitely. Thank you. How about as a mentor or mentee and I've completed my profile, um, can I go back and change and update my profile if I want?
Absolutely, you can. You can always get into your profile by going up to your name here and just click on Edit Profile, and that'll take you right to your profile, and you can edit anything you want. So if you want to add to the summary, or if you want to change things around in the specialized skills development areas, you easily can do that.
Another question that's come in is there a structured or flexible duration of a mentoring relationship in Mentor City as a default?
That is actually determined by the mentoring agreement, right? So one of the questions in the mentoring agreement is how long is this relationship? Where is it? Yeah, see, length of relationship. So so every relationship is going to be 6 months long.
And certainly, depending on the success of your relationship, I know, at least from the pilot program, that some of our mentors and mentees continue to talk and meet regularly. So that is definitely encouraged and welcomed in terms of uh, furthering those connections. So, are there any other questions from our attendees? Again, feel free to put them in the Q&A or even the chat. We can present that while we've got Brian handy. Again, I just wanted to remind people that that first step is fill out the nomination form. You can self-nominate yourself if you haven't already done so. That will get you into our system. From there, I will be sending you communication with regards to a link to log into the Mentor City platform and start work on your profile. And again, that will be coming out in the next couple of days. Anything else? Thoughts or comments that folks would like to present? Well, if not, I'll go ahead and wrap things up. A sincere thanks to you, Brian, for sharing your expertise and guiding us through the Mentor City platform. We really appreciate your partnership and support of the Match to Mentor program. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. We hope this session has given you a better understanding of the program and the value it can bring to your professional growth and industry connections. Again, don't forget that nomination form. Please do so by July 20th if you can. Also, remember that today's session is being recorded and we'll get that posted as soon as possible on the Match to Mentor webpage. Last but not least, if you have questions that come up after today's webinar, you can always email me too. And if I can't answer your question, Joe can't answer your question, we always can reach out to Brian and find a response to your inquiry. So please feel free to do that. My email is panderson@natbat.org. And you can also find that on the Match to Mentor webpage as well. So, well, on behalf of Joe and everyone at NatBat, thank you for your interest in Match to Mentor. We look forward to welcoming many of you into our next cohort and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.